Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Frostpunk, the Fall of Winterhome. Let's take a look at our scouts in the Barren Hollow. Our search uncovered nothing, but there is a rusting hulk. It's not too far away. Maybe we can go to this next. I mean, we do want to drop stuff off. Let's go home, drop off the steam cores. We'll go to the rusting hulk, then the broken tree, then the snowy hill, maybe? Or maybe we should go to the dreadnought and stuff first. Wait, didn't we already go to the dreadnought? Interesting. We can go there again. Weather station might be important. Maybe we should go to that. I think I remember that from the base campaign, right? I think so. Dismantle that outpost. There's nothing going on there. This sawmill has nothing. Let's dismantle that too. You guys just don't have any food to use. Yeah, there might actually be some engineers hiding out there. Maybe? That could be good to know, actually. All right, this is our opportunity to continue clearing out the last of these ruins. So whatever remains, let's go ahead and try to finish it out. All this stuff needs to go. How are we doing in terms of... Well, let's see. We can get rid of this gathering post as well. How are we doing, I wonder, in terms of food production in total? Can I look at my economy? Food processing? I kind of want to see raw food. So raw food gain is 160 per day. Divide that by 2, that's 80. Multiply that by 5, that's 400. I think we're getting 400 meals per day in theory. We're not at maximum efficiency, which is part of my problem. But I think if we can upgrade all these hunters' huts to the hunters' hangars, we should find that we'll be producing plenty. I hope. We should be feeding some people. Is it going to be enough? Don't think so. Some people are still hungry. Why can't we prioritize give the hungry people food first and then the rest will eat? Y'all can survive one day without eating. Apparently not. All right, let's see. Anyone still cold? Are there any houses at all in a risky spot? The answer should be no. So that's good. Okay. So no one should be getting sick anymore. We should... Well, no. Some people are getting sick. Why? No one ought to be, as far as I can tell. Let's go for a little bit more coal storage. Yeah, there's a bunch of people getting sick. And here come the scouts. Now we have a lot of extra steel to work with and some food rations. That might be enough to feed some hungry people. The good news is the steel can be used to finish upgrading my hunter's hangars. So let's do that. 3 more. That's going to be a lot more food production. Let's go to the weather station and see if we can find some engineers. I want to go to a lot of places. We may want to consider getting a second scout team soon. But since we can't do that right now, we'll wait. Okay, so that's 3 more hunter's hangars upgraded and ready to go. So that should be a lot of extra food production. In theory, 19 hours of coal remain. 250 food per day. See, that's better. So now we should be producing about 600 food rations per day. That's barely enough to actually handle that. The cookhouses, I don't know how much they're able to produce per day on average. Yeah, food consumption, 566. Food rations gain, 625. So now we're good on that front. Coal consumption, we are actually gaining a good amount of coal per day. We have a lot of people who are still sick, but we're working on an infirmary. 9 vacant beds. We have 121 people still in tents. What am I missing? Oh, there they are. We do have tents over here. They're not cold, but they're still here. We're actually kind of out of lumber, believe it or not. That's something we're going to want to work on then, is getting another sawmill so that we can chop down more trees. No good spot, really. Can't build anywhere here. Can only access a handful of trees here. I can't quite get what I need. This beacon's in a terrible spot, believe it or not. Maybe we should dismantle and move the beacon. That's an easy thing to do, right? Dismantle the beacon. The scouts are already going somewhere. They don't need to find their way home for a little bit, right? So let's try that. I think. Hope is nowhere near where we need it to be, but I'm trying. Okay, so there goes the beacon. Let's rebuild the sawmill right here. It at least accesses a handful more trees. Tech. We are out of wood, so I can't quite do that. All right. We'll come back to it, though. Everyone should be going off and working. Steel ruins depleted. Yeah, we're actually kind of close to capped out on my steel, which is a weird position to be in. I'm not accustomed to it. Well, we have another event at least. Voices in the Ruins. Yep, Voices in the Ruins, more survivors after all this time. Well then. I don't really have a lot of people working on this stuff. Let's stop working on this wooden ruin and go over here instead. So there's this. We don't have enough people working, though. Where can I free up somebody? We can free up... We have a lot of people working... We don't have a lot of people working in ruins anymore, believe it or not. Let's pull the children out of here, and... Children working a sawmill seems like a really bad idea. Doesn't it? I think so. Let's have people stop working the steel ruin here and go over to the sawmill. And these children, we can reduce a few. I still want to clear this out because this is a steelworks that I need. But at least it's something. Okay. That'll have to do for the moment. 19 people sick. Dare I hope that we're gradually catching up. About a day of coal remains. Food is coming in. It is being cooked. We're gonna be fine now. Technology's done. Flying hunter gear would be great, but the infirmary's done. We could go for infirmary mechanization. Infirmaries employ fewer people. That would save me some engineers. That goes a long way. Factory, work toward the prosthetics. I think we're going to go for more scouts. I mean, there's so many things we need to do. But let's try this. The infirmary should be fine if we place it, like, right here, for example. Good, warm location. Finish off the rest of my sick. Double rations for the kids. In the wake of recent child workers' accidents, the parents argue we should give extra rations to the kids, make them stronger. That's way too much food for me. I don't think I can justify it. Hope rises, but no, we can't afford that. That's too many rations. We have a lot of children. We're talking about spending an extra, like, 177 rations per day, you know? It's just not going to fly. All right, let's have... Well, I thought we were going to have some extra workers once the ruin's depleted, but apparently not. Steam cores. We have used a steam core. That's fine. Now, the good news is, if we ever find ourselves desperately needing a steam core, we can dismantle the building and get it back. That is a thing that we are allowed to do. So that would be good. Oh, let's see. We're going to be getting cold in about a day. I'd love to finish getting some more insulation before that happens. It's going to be getting a lot colder. For now, let's just upgrade the houses. It doesn't cost a ton of lumber to do this. We can finish off all of those. There's only going to be one more tent up here. Timely intervention. Sir, a child climbed the generator, slipped and fell, but was thankfully caught by a neighborhood watch member who was on patrol nearby. He then escorted the child to his mother and gave him a good talking to. It would have been ended with a broken leg or worse. Okay, so I'm glad it ended well. Unfortunately, it doesn't lead to extra hope. Too much to hope for there. We can probably close down this medical post and have everyone work here. It's not fully staffed, but it's something. I don't have any more engineers, so we're going to have to dismantle this building. More ruins depleted. These are generic adults, and we're probably going to need them for more scouts. Speaking of which, we actually need to get that beacon back up. Where to place it? Somewhere out of the way where I don't anticipate it's going to be needed. Sorry, need any heat. That's what I'm trying to say. Right here, maybe? Sure. Right over there. Scouts have reached the weather station, but there's nothing we can do until we actually finish the beacon. Ha! New laws. So what's next in purpose? Okay, so this does actually lock you out of the faith tree. It should tell you that up front just to be safe. Morning gathering. We'll gather each morning to make sure our goals and priorities for the day are clear to everyone. Hope rises. Discontent hope should go up from time to time. Then there's the guard stations, which would be nice. But for now, let's go to adaptation. Organ transplants. Care house. House of pleasure, dueling law. Prosthetics would give me a lot of labor, but I think we're going to go for the emergency shift. Discontent has not been a huge problem for us, but having even one workshop working over the night means that I'm still getting 100% research for a few precious hours. It makes a huge difference. We could make our scouts faster. I think, though, that we are now... Well, infirmary mechanization would allow me to free up some engineers. Insulation before it gets cold would be a big deal. Enough coal production would be good, too. There's so many things that we need. Do I want to save labor? If that's the case, then go for the difference engine and the flying hunter's gear to save, like, 40 extra laborers. If I need more coal production, go for the steam coal thumper. If I need more insulation, go for the healthcare, the gathering posts, and so on. If I want more engineers... This is worth it, because what I could do is replace one infirmary for every 2 medical posts, and that way we only need 5 engineers helping 20 patients instead. Maybe this is worth it to me, and this would allow me to get more workshops to get even more technology. But we don't have much time. We have only a day left. Scouts would be nice. Oh, man, guys, there's so much to do. I'm gonna go for the infirmary mechanization. And what we may end up doing is dismantling a whole bunch of these posts and moving them kind of closer into the main ring. That way I don't need insulation. All my medical patients are closer to the generator, which hopefully will be better. We have a couple days worth of coal, so once it gets colder, I can raise up the temperature. So that's something, too. Are you trying to work people to death? If I can, yeah. Work, work, work until you die. Y'all complain so much about your emergency shifts, but if it leads to a little bit more insulation before the cold hits, it's well frickin' worth it. Is the beacon done yet? Where is it? Up here, right? Yes. Let's create ourselves another scout team. Okay, so you are going to go to the Rusting Hulk. You have arrived at this station. There are survivors. Engineers responsible for preparing the weather forecasts. Okay. The weather station is manned by several engineers who use an array of instruments to monitor the air temperature, wind force, and direction and atmospheric pressure changes. On the basis of this data, they prepare weather forecasts. We could use these engineers in the city to help with the generator, but if we close the weather station, we'll lose the weather forecasts. It's going to keep getting colder, I can tell you that much. I don't really need a lot... Well, let's see. When you say weather forecasts, does that mean I'm not going to know when it gets hot or cold? Weather forecasts will no longer be available. The engineers will set home. 20 engineers. We could send them or bring them ourselves or leave them at their post. Oh, man. Do we gain a lot from knowing ahead of time, or do we just always assume it's going to get colder? I think we send the engineers to the city, and I'm going to take the risk. 20 more engineers goes a long way. We're going to send them. And then the scout team can move on to the stone ship, whatever the heck that's going to be. All right. This is a bit of a risky play, I think. But if it works, it works. End of weather forecasts. All right, the weather timeline has been disabled. I am taking a handicap for the long-term gain of getting extra engineers to work with. God save me, I hope it works. All right, let's go to the economy. Do we have anybody still living in tents? The answer is yes. But I think we're building the last ones right now. So let's just double check. No tents. Yes, there's a tent. There's one right here. Okay. Everyone is going to be in at least a bunkhouse. Some insulation. We know it's going to get cold in a day. That helps. We could now theoretically upgrade people to housing as well. However, I don't feel like we have enough wood production the way things currently sit. So, maybe we do want to get a wall drill going. We could place one right up here. It would cut down a handful of trees, but we would get some consistent tree production. Lumber production. It uses up a steam core, but again, if we find ourselves desperate, we can dismantle it to get the steam core back. I don't know. I've just been warned that the steam cores are very important. I do not know for sure why. I'm willing to bet, just based on some of the foreshadowing we've gotten here, that we're going to have to rebuild the Dreadnought by the end, and it probably will take steam cores to repair. That may be it, actually. A miraculous recovery. Sir, we saved the burned child's life. Although he'll bear the scars for the rest of his life, his survival is, simply put, miraculous. People are rejoicing. Hope rises slightly. Well, they're not rejoicing very much, but oh well. Are we really producing enough food? Because I don't feel like it. It says that we are, but I just don't see evidence that we're producing enough. Very concerned about that. Coal production's looking solid right now. What is my lumber production? Steel and wood. 330 per day is what it's telling me. Do I believe that? I like that this actually tells you which ruins are not being worked. That's super convenient. That's a really nice feature. Nifty. Can't believe I got rid of that weather forecast. God save me if it turns out that there's another super storm to end all storms that heads my way. Please let the hungry people eat first, guys. Some of them are going to freaking starve to death, I'm just saying. Alright. We're doing okay on resource capacity. Can't build any more infirmaries at the moment. We could upgrade our last hunters' huts. But actually, we may be producing enough food that I can actually dismantle this and free up some workers. 20 raw food. Is that going to work? 20 raw food is 40 food rations that we're sacrificing. That is barely enough if we get rid of it. I wouldn't mind keeping it and having a surplus of food because that always ends up being a thing. So let's go ahead and upgrade it instead. Now we're completely out of wood, but oh well. And now somebody's starving because you guys aren't letting them freaking eat. Everyone's so selfish. It's probably a child, too. By the way, one thing I want to do is go ahead and start dismantling a bunch of these roads. They're just so inefficient. They're going to make it really difficult for me to actually continue expanding this city. So let's just get rid of these. Yeah, it cost me wood to build them later, but we're actually gaining some wood back right now. Don't need this, for example. Don't even need this anymore. These are fine. This is sort of pointless. A little wood back that way. This doesn't make sense. We don't. I guess we do still need this road. No, we don't. Get rid of that. Get rid of you. Like this. Why? Why on earth would you ever want to do that? Get rid of that entire ring. See, this will make things so much easier. At least I hope it does. Okay. I guess we can leave that. Get rid of you. Some of this doesn't really matter. Alright. It's close enough that I feel like I can work with at least some of this. It's an improvement. Alright. So this ruin still has not been cleared out, huh? There's still a survivor down there somewhere. So do we want to start upgrading people to proper housing? And if I do, where? Well, the scout team has arrived at least, at the stone ship. A distinct spot in Frostland we can use as a waypoint. We found nothing, but we did find the steel bridge. Okay. Let's go to the steel bridge. Last time we went to the bridge, there had been an automaton at it, so maybe we'll get a free automaton. That would be nice. Okay, we don't have anyone working the wall drill right now. Nor do we have enough people working the sawmill. I need to free up so many workers right now. I just need to finish off these last ruins. Maybe by the end of the day, we'll find most of these are gone. I don't think there's much left. Yeah, in just a couple hours, we should see a lot of these go away. So we're going to see more laborers in a minute. Okay, here come the food for the night. All the hunters return at night and bring back their food. We can now cook a lot. There go some of those ruins I was talking about. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make sure we get... Well, I don't want children working the wall drill. Or the sawmill, for that matter. What are safe jobs I can have the children working? Not the brothel. That would just be inappropriate. We can free up some people here, though. There's another hunter's lodge up here that I forgot about. We can free workers up here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now let's go work the wall drill. Now let's work the sawmill. That's better. Okay. I forgot to do my emergency shift on the workshops, but it's okay. For now, we're all right. Book of Laws. We can go for the extended shift, which is probably better than doing emergency shifts all the time, but this stuff in combination with something called Foreman from the Order Tree is pretty powerful. Maybe we wait until we get to that. Maybe we go back to the Order Tree and try to get some more hope and stuff. Morning gatherings. You know what? Yes. Let's sign the morning gatherings. I don't have to actually like build anything right now, but this should get me some more hope. We need to continue progressing with the story. Crucial that we do that. Did we just get an event? I thought I just heard something go boom in the background. Maybe not. Okay. Yes, we did have something. Ha! There it is. The survivors have reached the city, all 20 engineers. Excellent. So let's have the rest go work in this infirmary. Let's actually go ahead and build another infirmary. Place it right there. That way we can finish, we can actually start dismantling some of these medical posts, try to be more efficient with my engineers pretty soon. And there we go. There's the infirmary mechanization. So now 5 works on 20 patients instead of 5 working on like 5 with the medical posts. Big deal. Insulation would be good. Factories, scout sleds. We don't need more coal right now. I feel like we're okay. I think I actually kind of want to go for the difference engine, just to open up some more options. Let's try it. I am going to build some more housing. I kind of want to dismantle some of this housing and start bringing it closer to the generator and stuff, since we're freeing up all this space, you know? Like, what if I did that? What if I built a bunch of houses and dismantled a few others? That way I could, like, get rid of the steam hub over here, for example. Start saving myself some coal. It would also be more effective with my watchtowers and so on and so forth. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Let's go ahead and start upgrading some housing on the ring of the generator since its range has not really improved at all. So I know they're going to be some of the coldest come the next drop in the temperature. We have a lot of people available again, and we have cowardly thugs. Sir, we pulled several thugs from the ruins who served the previous leader. When these cowards realized that we were winning, they hid in the guardhouse pantry and were buried under the debris. What should we do? Discontent rises greatly, or banish them. Discontent falls. They're starving and ill to start off. We can fix that. I don't need to worry about... The discontent falling doesn't matter. Discontent rising greatly with moonshine we can deal with. This does get me a little bit more workers. We're going to let them be. That is a lot of discontent, to be fair. That is a lot of discontent, but I think we're going to be all right. Should have left them to rot under the rubble, you say. Have a heart. I think we can go ahead and dismantle another medical post now. And we're going to build our final workshop. And get as much technology going as possible right there. That will do. Ruins depleted. Ruins depleted. So are there any more ruins to worry about? Yes. Is there a way to just click the button and have people work on these now? I wish there was. But no. Let's have... we have a lot of children available right now. Let's have them work there. Wooden ruins go here. Steel ruins go here. Ruins here. Ruins here. This is a very convenient tool. I like that they added this. And that's it. That is all of the ruins remaining. Okay. So does that mean that we can now build ourselves another steelworks? Yep. Let's build it. Build the road out, of course. That'll be nice. So we should be able to get some more consistent steel production. It looked like this house is... It is steaming. Oh, it is. I thought it was like glowing, but no, it's actually shooting steam out of it. That's an interesting touch. Scouts, you've arrived at the steel bridge. An automaton! The automaton works tirelessly to keep the bridge free of snow. We've seen this before. I say we send it to the city. I don't know if there's any reason not to. Snow dune. Now, I wonder if the snow, like, covers the bridge eventually, is it impossible to explore the rest of this place? An iron deposit. Oh my gosh, go there. We might be able to send outposts. If I can get some extra steel arriving from outposts, that would be amazing. I'd be thrilled with that. All right, we're going to get our engineers working over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and assign an emergency shift. Yes, discontent rises a lot, but we're going to continue working on my technology at a pretty good rate. Everyone, come get some food. Hungry people, freaking eat. And we're going to get a whole extra technology done tonight because I did that. Yeah, it's such a good combo if you really want to have a technological advantage. So that's the difference engine done. Now I can access even more stuff. Outpost teams, yeah. Resources, yeah. Infirmary checklists would allow us to make people heal a lot faster. Gear. So this actually does not do the same as the hunting tactics. It does not employ fewer people, but it does produce even more food. So we get more value per person. House redesigns would make us save a lot of resources. This is amazingly important. We really want to get that. Steam Steelworks would be good. Hub efficiency, generator efficiency. Could go for faster scouts. We can't afford a lot of this stuff because I don't have any steel, and I'm not producing any right now at night, which means we're now missing out on a few hours of research if I don't do something immediately. I really wanted this. This would be a huge deal. But since we can't get it, and I can't really get any of this, maybe it was a bad idea to go for the difference engine right now. We don't actually gain anything from it. Let's instead go for... I'm going to go for the lighter scout sleds. Let's try to catch things faster. Last time we played this, we weren't able to explore quite everything, though we got close. Scouts have reached the rusting hulk. Steam cores and steel. Perfect. In our hurry to get the steel for the construction, we left some accessible parts. Gain a steam core. All right. Now let's go to the broken tree. We're going to go ahead and grab all this nonsense. Head home, maybe to the snow cliff or something. I don't know. It's not really on the way. We don't need to go to the dreadnought again. So I'm not worried about that at the moment. The automaton will be here in a couple of days, and then we'll be able to have something working passively. We have a pretty good amount of coal production right now, so that's something. We do not have enough hope. We could continue building watchtowers. I mean, it is a thing. There's a lot of housing that doesn't have anyone helping there right now. I think we may want to start deconstructing homes just to try and be a little bit more efficient. But we'll worry about that once I have home redesigns. I wonder, by the way, if I dismantle this house, I get 15 wood and 8 steel. So you don't quite get the full salvage resource. So, okay. I was wondering if there's an exploit there. Dismantle the house, build it for cheaper, and then boom. But no, I don't think we're going to get quite that lucky. Yes, I really, really want house designs. It will save me a ton of resources, get a ton of insulation. We'll be in a much better spot. We do still have somebody sick. We actually don't have enough capacity anymore. That's fascinating. Okay, so I can't dismantle any more medical posts as much as I would like to. Not going to be an option. Do we need any more wall drills? Are there any more spots to get a wall drill? I don't think so. Nope. So that is as much permanent wood as we're going to be able to get. We will have people working in the steelworks. That seems worth it. We do have just barely enough food rations for the day, so I think we're good to go there. So maybe we get a couple more gathering posts and then start working toward an upgrade of the coal thumper. Yes. I think that is a reasonable thing to do. We'll get the extra resource, gathering posts. We could use a few extra resource depots, but I don't have enough materials. We'll try to upgrade the coal thumpers soon. We can go to the iron deposit. We discover some steel, and we don't find an outpost at all. Unreachable riches. We'd have been able to exploit it if we'd had an automaton on the bridge. Well, crap. So we can't have an outpost because I didn't leave the automaton behind. Damn. On the plus side, by sending the automaton home, if we ever need a steam core, we can dismantle it, which would not have been an option had we left the automaton there. So is that a worthwhile trade-off? I don't really know. It certainly was an idea. Need some more housing. We're apparently struggling on this front. Let's build some housing this way. Are we rebuilding a house? Why don't we have enough housing? We only got 4. Oh, we don't have enough for the engineers that we hired. Oh, yes. It all makes sense now. That would be a problem. Book of Laws. We can go to the foreman. Appointing a responsible foreman allows them to make sure people work as efficiently as possible. It's a new ability. Increase the efficiency of a workplace by 40% for 24 hours. Plus, with the emergency shift, this is an incredibly potent combo. Guard stations, however, would get me hope. So I think we're going to have to go for the guard stations first. And we're going to want to build a couple of those. But we can't do it right now because we don't have steel, so we're going to have to come back to that in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.